Okay, rewind. Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm so glad to see you all again. I literally just intended to start this and just say, right, here we go, and this is the only problem, is that actually when you get down to it, well, let's just get to it. So, November is nearing its end, which also means that Christmas is just around the corner. But you know what's around the next corner, don't you? The beginnings of RageCon 3. Now, for those who are unfamiliar as to what RageCon 3 is all about, I think it's time to give you guys a little bit of a history lesson. This is a little bit of a Raging Reality backstory going on right now. So, back in 2020, I decided to just do like a whole bunch of videos and then literally release them over the period of about 1 week. A sort of a bit like a convention, really, just filled with videos and with me basically at the helm. So I did that, and even though again the reviews were like, well, the views were probably not nearly as high as I thought they were going to be. Actually, I had a lot of fun doing it, and actually I had just as much fun seeing what people thought of it and just the sheer volume of things that was going on. I didn't realize till then that, unfortunately, due to things like YouTube's algorithm and stuff like that, they don't particularly like the thought of people who just dump videos like left, right, and center. They think that's just cheating or something, or maybe just because YouTube doesn't like me very much. It's got to be at least one of the two. You know what I mean? So there's that. The second thing we moved on to was RageCon 2. Now, what was interesting about this is that I spent the whole of 2021 making videos getting ready for RageCon 2, because when my first my first account got terminated in about August of 2020, I spent the whole of 2021 getting myself ready to return to YouTube, return to the internet at large, actually. And just to let you guys know that I was far from dead and buried, I was coming back with a vengeance. Now, what was good about this is that I got all of those videos out, and even though they met even less of the views that I did for RageCon 1, that was not the purpose. The purpose, ladies and gentlemen, was to let you guys know I was back. To let you know that, hey, even if you missed certain videos that come out, there were always there are videos I've already got out anyway, and they're not going anywhere. They're just going to stay exactly where they are. So, you know what? There's no reason why, if you were curious. And as well, I got all my videos saved on dozens of external hard drives and stuff like that. So, again, they're not going anywhere, and should disaster strike, I will strike again even harder. You know what I mean? It's just sort of you learn from these mistakes, and that's sort of how we got to where we are. Now, ladies and gentlemen, RageCon 3, which is sort of, it got us to where we are now. So, what is the plan for RageCon 3? Now, it's several channels with many videos going out daily, some of them going out weekly, a lot of things being updated in between. And I'm pretty sure, and I've already sort of like designated like certain channels I'll be running, a lot of channels I'll be updating, channels I'll be reinventing. I'll be doing so much over this next year, because it's not just the videos I've got ready now that are going to be coming out next year. It's the videos I'll be making in 2024 that will be coming out, and I'll be basically. If you thought this seemed a little, like, demanding, because it's something close to roughly about 4,000 videos in total that I'll have to be making all throughout 2024, which, again, demanding that might sound, that's not quite the end of it. There's a lot more to this. Because, remember, when I say this is like a one-man enterprise, I really do mean it's a one-man enterprise. I'm responsible for the filming, the lighting, the editing, the sound design, the thumbnails, uploading everything, organizing all links, organizing the descriptions, organizing upload times, because the idea is I want to have things scheduled like to the absolute bone. Almost like, well, to the second is the more appropriate way to do it. Okay, so yes, uploading everything, having everything so well organized, and that's just like that's like the bottom line stuff in terms of like getting my videos out there. We're talking about organizing files on my hard drive so that I know where every single thing is. It's like opening a filing cabinet and in there is another filing cabinet and then another filing cabinet on top of another filing cabinet. And then there's the file, and in that is in the file and another one until we actually get exactly what we need. That is the absolute truncated version I can to describe the process. Because it gets worse, ladies and gentlemen. It gets so much worse than that. Well, worse, better, depending on how you see it. Not only are everything's been done by me as well, all that and stuff, I have reinvigorated my Instagram, my Twitter, and my TikTok to be basically in sync with each other. So, for those who ever follow me on any of those free accounts will know that I start each day by uploading headlines from newspapers released in the UK. And the reason I like to do this is because I think it's a very good way to start the day, to be reminded just sort of a little bit about what is sort of going on in the world, even if the sources are not 100% truthful. But then again, I think that's whether or not you think that is the case or not is entirely down to your interpretation of things, which is the best compromise, in my opinion, for situations like these. Now, what's next is the fact that, in case you're wondering if you were going to like see the headlines for this YouTube channel, they're not. They're on one of my other channels, And Justice for All, which mostly talks about the news and certain things about like political theorems. And there's reasons why I'm having all of my channels like very carefully selected in terms of what gets uploaded, and that will help bring us all back up to speed. So there is a lot to be said about just if it's even theoretically possible to do all of this work and things not to come up trumps, because there is always the fear, the possibility of stuff like that. So here is sort of the game plan. I get to work. Whenever I have time off work, I will work. And whenever I get any more time off work, I will work at that too. It's a good thing that, for all intents and purposes, I'm not expected back at work until the 8th of December. And what's good about this is that it's currently the 27th now, so that's just short of 10 days. Let's call it 10 days to make, to save argument, to get. Well, let's just think about this for a second, because what can be done in 10 days theoretically in terms of videos? If I did 10 videos a day, that would easily be 100. But what if we're thinking 11 or maybe even 12? 12 seems more good for me, because 10 for me, okay, the base minimum of videos that I want to like make a day is something roughly about 6. However, there are some things I need to like also make clear as well, because, and I'll put all of these in the descriptions for my videos anyway, but I have now got a regular Patreon on my Patreon account, and what's been fantastic about this is that the support I've received so far, from not just from my patron but from my friends and family, have been extraordinary beyond belief. They don't know anything about this, and they're only really supportive in terms of they think it's good that I've actually set my mind out to like do whatever makes me happy and stuff like that. But then again, what more support do you need at that point? So it does help to give me it encourages me, ladies and gentlemen, knowing that there are people out there who want me to succeed and who are willing to actually sacrifice their hard-earned money just to make all of this possible. Because in many ways, I probably could just continue as normal. But again, one of the great things about doing things for Patreon and stuff like that is that there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be a little bit outside my comfort zone. It's not just going to be talking about music. It's also going to be doing a lot of things about my reviews on coffees, a lot of things about TV reactions. There's so much out there, including long form scripted reviews, which is something I've wanted to have done for years at this point. And I feel like now we're just sort of, it's one of those things where if I don't start doing it, then I'm never going to get into it. And then, of course, there's channels dedicated to, differences in lifestyle change, which include, but are not limited to, losing even more weight and getting beautiful, spotless teeth. It might interest some of you to know, ladies and gentlemen, that I started 2023 weighing 18 stone. And the last I checked, which was about a week ago, I weighed 14 stone, 4.5. Which, that's nearly losing 4 whole stone in a year, ladies and gentlemen, is, in my opinion, not bad. Not bad at all. But then, of course, there's one of those. There's also larger discussions about how optimal do you want to lose, and do you know when the point comes when you should be comfortable and perfectly sound with your own body? There's a lot of things like that have to be considered, and I don't quite know when I'm going to have the discussion with myself about now is the good time to stop, or now is the good time to think to yourself, do you need to lose any more? Do you need to cut down any more? I mean, it's not just about going to the gym and losing weight. It's also about going to the gym and actually bulking up, actually doing exercises for my back, doing exercises for the calves of my legs, doing exercises for, my shoulders and and just, basically trying to try different things and actually not so much become slimmer, but actually become, bulking up, basically, is I think the way to put it. It's not going to be easy, and again, owing to my lifestyle, that I've said for a good few years now that there are some people who literally view the idea of people having jobs at all as not a financial necessity, but just a cool lifestyle choice. But because of my job and stuff like that, it means that whenever I'm not at work, I'm going to have to scrutinize exactly how to make the best use of my time, because I won't lie, work cuts into a lot of my social hours like a hot knife through butter. It's no secret, but at the same time, even if the job I do, this hours are not particularly very social, it simply means that whatever I'm doing outside of work has got to count and matter for even more. I think that's the best way to put it. So there's all of that, and then there's the fact that I even started, and I can't believe I'm even doing this, I even started my own throne room, which, again, I'll leave all these in the links down below, but for those who are unfamiliar, Throne is a website in which it's kind of like an Amazon wish list where content creators can put up items that that the public can fund, and there we are. It operates almost like a wedding registry, so that when I put things on it, there's no way for anyone to know that that it's somebody doesn't get, say, double something or something like that. And it's nothing major or anything like that. All I'm thinking of doing is putting things to improve, maybe, well, to be honest, maybe I need to think about getting more space anyway. I'm very, very optimal about what I can put where to make my setup look more colorful and inviting, because I put up all of my tarot cards, literally, that I just have been collecting dust for years, and just put them on the face of the shelves. And it's the similar thing for that wall there. And I even used the covers of old issues of the New Statesman all over that wall over there, specifically. Just actually, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna give you guys a little show of it. So that's my window, that's the setup, and there we are. It's so you guys will be able to see this a lot better, but basically I don't want there to be any strip of wallpaper on show whatsoever. I want the entire, and also my prized possession, a signed wall-mounted portrait of a scene from Only Fools and Horses, the Yuppie Love, with Del Boy, Trigger, various cartoon illustrations of the cast, even signed by Sir David Jason himself. I know Del Boy had a lot of success when he found that watch, the lesser watch, so to speak, by Harrison. That might be my watch, ladies and gentlemen. That might be time on my hands right there. What could I do? What would I do just to like literally watch Only Fools right now? I would absolutely love that. Rest in peace to John Sullivan, Trig, Boise, Mike, Grandad, Albert. God damn it. Lots of big names. So, yeah, maybe having more space, because with the things I'm gonna like put up on the list is that I've always kind of like really wanted to like get into streaming, like have a second go at streaming, but make it my own, not to be like one of those crap and very cringy, you know, streamers like XQC, Pokimane, Neon, whoever the hell. I've never even heard of Neon until he started causing shit. But yeah, make it my own, make it just me and stuff like that. And basically, if there were to come a stage where I could get more space, then absolutely I will, because it's going to be like a lot of new, very bulky equipment. I mean, I still have my very, very trusty and reliable 4K camcorder right there, and it's literally just seated on just like a desk-mounted tripod. And there's also like that light just in the... It's basically meant to be like part of an umbrella light. And a lot of photography equipment as well that I've got like in the corner. But it's sort of one of those things that's more reserved for larger spaces. But then I do have my my giant green screen that, of course, does come in handy every so often. But considering what's going to be coming out for the next couple of months anyway, you're probably going to be seeing a lot of that anyway, so it should work out all the same. So, yeah, how exactly did I even want to think about ending this video? I honestly, I'm not too sure about what really... I don't necessarily sure if I have a grand closing statement. I don't particularly know if there's, like, anything else to add, or if there's anything profound. I feel like it's just one of those things where I feel like I should have something very profound and very, very big to say. But the only thing I can think to saying right now is, well, it's going to be tough. I make no mistake about that. But that does not stop me from trying. You know what? I've encountered failures before. I've encountered, you know, hurdles and all that stuff. But fortunately, if it means it got me to where I am, making these huge announcements, getting things on track, trying to earn a bit extra money here and there, and to just enjoy the stuff that I do, if all of that failure has led up to this, then that's perfectly fine. So, for now, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a little bit of a short farewell for now. I don't know necessarily if I'm going to make like a video coming up in December time or something like that to explain about, explain just like what to expect and what to look out for and how to recommend things and stuff like that. I don't necessarily know if there's stuff like that, but fortunately, since I'll be doing like very frequent updates and uploads to Instagram, TikTok, and writing things on Twitter in between times, there'll be plenty of ways to get in touch with me. So basically, I'll be working when I'm not sleeping. And even sleeping is sort of no more than about 5 hours a day. So you'll be able to catch me around, ladies and gentlemen. So until then, bye-bye for now.